Okay, before we even start anything, how the fuck do I pronounce your last name? Because I feel like I will butcher it.
Jauregi. Just say Jauregi.
No, I want to know the right way to say it.
Well, it's Jauregi, but it honestly, it's you can just say Jauregi because I say Jauregi for American life anyway. Like I'll say Jauregi when I'm just like Lauren Jauregi.
But like that's the proper way to say it.
Jauregi, yeah.
Lauren Jauregi.
Yeah.
Okay. Cute. I'm like, people have butchered my middle name forever, so I just dropped it.
That's a huge reason. I might drop my last name too. Just be Lauren. There's never been a Lauren, just Lauren.
I mean,
well, yeah, you don't go by that, Miss Kittens.
That's true. So. I know. It's true. I feel like there should be a word for that, like people who go by one name, like Cher, Madonna,
like Rihanna, Beyonce, Normani.
Is there a name for that? Like a word for that? Oh, fucking.
A star, honey. Madonna.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna attempt to say it one more time. Lauren Jauregi.
Lauren Jauregi, yes.
Cool, got it. How do you identify?
I like pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
She, her. I don't care about, like, I can do they, them too. Like, I really am. I wouldn't mind that. Like, I like the generalization, make it normal for people.
Cool.
And as far as like sexuality goes, I think I'm pansexual now. I don't even know, dude. I don't care. I fuck who I want and I love who I want.
That's all that matters. That is all that matters.
I'm queer. That's how I like to. I'm queer. I identify as queer.
I like that. It's just like a nice little umbrella. Okay, so I have some fun little questions for you. We're just gonna like bop through these guys.
Let's do it.
So when did you come out? Was it like a whole process?
It was a bit of a process, yes. So I came out to myself when I was like 17. Mm-hmm. When I was like 15. Okay. When I was 15, I started making out with my best friend, who was a girl.
Gotcha.
And then I fell in love with her, but I didn't recognize it as I fell in love with her until I was 18. And then I kind of came out to myself and my mom, mm-hmm. and my like family in that regard, because we started dating. So we started dating. And then I came out in that regard. And then I was outed because some fans found a picture of my girlfriend and I making out at my uncle's wedding.
Oh man.
Because my aunt posted them to Facebook. And they're on Facebook. And crazy ass fans found it.
Oh, no.
And so they found that. And then I was like, shit. That's kind of crazy. And then Perez fucking Hilton outed me to the whole world. And then I was like, oh, I have to say something about this or don't. I don't know. I'm so not ready for the whole entire world to know this about me. I don't know what the fuck to do. Oh, yeah. So then, but then it all worked out because Trump became president and I became even more threatened as an individual.
Love that.
I was like, oh, okay. And then so I officially came out to people in the letter to Trump that I wrote for Billboard.
Yeah. Shit. That's a powerful fucking way to come out.
Right? I mean, shit.
So did you feel a difference in your creative process after coming out?
I did because I felt more comfortable when the songs were about her, using that.
Right.
And not being afraid of using female pronouns in my music when I'm expressing myself, if that's who the song's about, you know what I mean? Like, I think that was kind of something that broke through me a little bit in the creative process, is like I was just more comfortable with expressing that. Like, I had always written about her, mm-hmm. you know, with her. She's like the only bitch that I've been in love with. It's like very specifically about her. No, but no, that's not true though. I've definitely been with other femmes as well, but like a lot of the more deeper art is definitely by people who have moved my heart. So
right, of course,
yeah, a lot of the those two related things that came out of me were definitely about her.
Wow. Do you feel like having like if you would have heard songs that had same-sex pronouns used or something like that when you were younger? Do you feel like that would have kind of helped you come to terms with your sexuality and like finding yourself or
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I hadn't really thought about it that hard when I was younger, to be honest. Like I thought I was straight. Like I really didn't think anything of it. Like I knew that I thought women were beautiful and really attractive.
Mhm.
And I knew that I was very attracted to them, but like I always thought that it was just more of like I could have sex with a girl one day. I could, you know what I mean? Like I could probably like interact sexually with a woman one day, but I don't think I could ever really love a woman.
Mhm.
This is what I thought. And I'm gonna be very frank about the homophobia that existed inside of me. Like and that I'm still grappling with, to be honest. Like there's moments where I have like internalized homophobia that I'm just like, stop, like stop, like you didn't, like what are you doing, you know? But it's just very real. It was indoctrinated in me. I was raised Catholic, for fuck's sake,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
was just gonna
Like
say it's like when that's our society and it's a lot of unlearning that needs to be done.
yeah, and I think too, like femmes, like more like femme presenting, like feminine, like women, like I think that it's even harder sometimes to like claim it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because people are so dismissive and just feel like we're so here for the male gaze and we're so here for like men to fuck.
Yeah, and they
So it's
can't
just like,
imagine. They just can't
yeah, and
imagine.
I've never wanted to feel like the like men make me feel. So I find when I'm hitting like trying to hit on girls for me is super hard because I just feel icky. I feel like
You don't want to be like that weird
I don't
people.
want to be a creep. I don't want to be a weirdo. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I don't want like for you to not be into girls and be totally in the spread dog.
Yeah.
And then we have to run in the opposite direction and cry. Like I'm not trying to do this, you know? Like I would rather you be very blatantly honest that you want me and I'm good. And then
Yeah.
we're good. Let's go. You know?
I think that's such a funny thing because so many like I don't. Are you on TikTok? I like. Have you gone
I
on?
made a
Like,
TikTok. I've gone on TikTok.
okay.
Yeah.
There's a whole like wild little like gay, lesbian, LGBT subculture like nugget on TikTok that is
So we always find our spaces though. We
it,
always.
yo, it's a thing though. It's crazy. And there's trends. There's like trends for the lesbians. Like they all like cut a little slit in their eyebrow and they do all these like thirst traps and they do all these little things. But there was one thing that was like consistently being joked about. And it was like how lesbians flirt, like how, women who love women flirt. And it's all
Yeah.
just like a quick eye and like their little thought bubbles of like, is she looking at me? Should I go over there? No, I'm not gonna go.
Like
I'll wait for her to come here. And then it's just like nothing happens.
or my favorite is when because like I grew up with like friends who flirt with each other. Like everyone, I went to an all girls school. Like everyone would flirt with each other all the time. Turns out like 70% of us are gay, but that was a coincidence that we did not know at the time. You know what I mean? So like how like I have so many friends that I would just flirt with before coming to terms with the fact that I was kind of gay too. You know what I mean? And then like after the fact, that boundary is just so weird to me now because I
Yeah.
still flirt with my friends, of course, because
But
like,
not like that. You're like, oh,
but
that
not
feels
like that. You know what I mean? It's like there's a certain line that gets crossed, and I'm like, I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know if it's acceptable.
Yeah.
You
My
like,
my
I
best
don't know if you like me. You
my best friend in eighth grade, like I didn't know, but I was super in love with her and I just didn't know. And we used to like hold hands and snuggle and like kiss each other's noses and like we were just like
text each other like obviously relationship esque things.
yeah, like it was not a normal friendship. And even my mom was like at the time she's like, you girls, like people are gonna think you're more than friends. And I was like, Mom, stop. But then
Not
after looking yeah, looking back, I was like, oh, that's not no, that was something else. That was definitely
no,
something
honey.
else.
Yes, that was.
It's so trippy to like look back on that stuff. Like
But
I
it's
remember
just to me like just that proof of like heteronormative society and just like how ingrained it is in our hearts and our minds. You know what I mean? It's just like this
it's
feels wrong. This
compulsive,
doesn't
compulsive
feel. This can't
heterosexuality.
be love. This has to just be intense friendship. You know?
Yeah. Compulsive
I just happen
heterosexuality.
to care about her a little more than all my other friends. That's
Yeah.
it.
And like convince like I know there's a lot I mean, I had this too, but like a lot of women who are like, fully like 100% lesbian or what however they identify. they had gone through like having crushes on boys, and they're like, but wait, I had a crush on a boy, I couldn't possibly be gay. And it's like, no, you just grew up knowing like Snow White has Prince Charming, and so you just like thought that that's
Associated
who it was.
that.
I was thinking too, back on just childhood in general. And there were so many, like, once I actually realized, like, oh, I'm like gay as hell, I
Oh,
realized there were so
oh
many.
shit, I'm gay as hell.
Yeah, I didn't, oh, the second I kissed my like first girlfriend, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, got it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. But,
Dude, I'm gonna be real. Like the fucking butterflies slash electricity that I felt the first time that this girl and I kissed, I honestly low key have yet to feel that with anyone. And, like, I'm just like, it was different. Like, it was so different. I was just like, whoa, I didn't know that kissing could feel like this. Like,
it's it's really different. Like,
am I gay? Like, that was literally all I thought. I was like, am I gay? What the fuck? No, bitch, no.
oh
I
my
denied myself for so long. I was really like, I'm not gay. This is just hot.
God.
So stupid.
It just takes a minute sometimes. That's all.
It takes exploration. It takes
Exactly, exactly.
feeling things.
I remember though, like I had once I realized it, I was looking back on all these things in my childhood that I was obsessed with, and I was like, oh, I had a huge crush on Kimberly, the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers. Was obsessed with her. And then when I saw Titanic and everyone was like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio, I was like, wait, did anyone see Kate Winslet naked when she was asking to be drawn? Like,
Please.
like I would obsess over those things, and I thought it was just normal. Like, oh, and then I realized later on, like, oh, I just had a huge ass like crush on this character or whatever at the time. So, did you have any like that growing up?
Yeah, my sexual awakening was Lucy Liu in Charlie's Angels.
Ooh,
When and this is gonna be crazy, but when she does the massage part on the back of the ugly, gross man,
yep. Mm-hmm.
it's not about him, trust me. It's about her and how she made him feel. And just her essence, like her sexiness, she was just so fucking hot. And her outfits, I was just like, whoa, dude, I wanna this is the thing with me in my whole life. I was like, do I wanna fuck her or do I wanna be her?
I mean,
Like,
I think that's such a classic, like,
what is this
mental
feeling I feel inside? That was it. Her, and there was one more, hold on. Holly Berry in the Flintstones.
Oh, ooh. Where she was that little secretary.
What, dude, I'll never forget it. Like when she would come into that office and like try to seduce Fred Flintstone, I was like,
Ma'am?
Holly, he's not paying attention to you. Come over. Come over here. Come here.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Did you
her
see
outfit and her like, oh, just her sexiness. I was like, I want to be like her. Or do I want her? I don't know.
I mean, both.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that was possible then though. I had never seen anything same sex related ever. You know what I mean? Like ever. And anytime that I had seen like women kiss, like it was very sexualized and very much for men's gaze. You know what I mean? So it was just
a real thing.
yeah. And like the religious stuff, I think too. Like,
oh yeah, yeah, that's hard. I mean,
heavily influenced like my thought process. You know? Yeah, they make you hate yourself, and also that aside, because also like I was also lucky, like my household like is chill, thank God. Just like the indoctrination in the schools, that was crazy. And society wise, like people would talk about girls that they thought were lesbians in the craziest way. Like they would say the craziest thing about those girls, the craziest things about those girls, and just like demean them and make them just like make them out to be like gross somehow. Because we remember I went to an all girls school, you know what I mean? So it was like when someone found out that someone was like gay, you know what I mean? It was like, oh shit, like she's trying to flirt with me, or like, oh, she's like and somehow that is equivalent to rapist, you know what I mean? Like as if somehow all of you become attracted to it, you know what I mean? Like what are you talking about? It was just like really grossly looked down upon and ridiculed, and like I saw a lot of my friends go through a lot of pain because of it. So I think that that's why I kind of dissociated from that identity, because I was like, I don't want to. I was so sensitive and so soft and already ridiculed all the time for being a weirdo. So it's just like
that was the last thing you needed. You're like,
Yeah, I just didn't need the extra ridicule.
yeah.
I couldn't take that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but then I got the courage and I figured it out, kind of. I don't know if I would have done it if God and circumstance hadn't pushed me, but
It all happens. It all happens.
I also don't think it's anybody's motherfucking business who everybody's like attracted to. Like, let everybody live.
People have
It's also
like,
not a defining characteristic that is like the whole of my existence. You know what I mean? It's like the same way it's not anyone's defining characteristic if they're straight. Like everyone is their own.
it's
Like,
just like,
go to bed and love. Go to bed with and love whoever the fuck you want. Like, how is that affecting anybody else? Like,
yeah.
ever. If it's affecting you, it's because it's affecting you in your mind because maybe you're a little gay because you're thinking about it too much.
That's the classic thing. It's like you really like. Why are you so concerned? Why can't you get this thought out of your head? What's wrong?
Like you just like Alana. What's her name? Alana from
Broad City.
Broad City. Yes, Alana. I love those two bitches so much.
They're so
Alana
funny.
was once like in her comedy special when she was like, if you're homophobic, you're basically admitting that like all you do is think about gay people. Like that's all you do all day long. And just like it really bothers me that they are partaking in the type of intercourse they are partaking in. It's like
what
pero mijo, pero why are you just thinking about that all the time? Like maybe think about your wife. Maybe think about your husband. Maybe think about like the person you say you're attracted to.
Yeah.
Think about that. They feel much better if that's what you focus on. But I think the ones who are really straight are the ones who are comfortable in that and don't have a problem with anyone how they express their sexuality because there's no internalized anything. Because
they're unbothered by it. They're like
they know what they're attracted to and they have no problem with what other people are attracted to.
They've got no like dissonance in their head. They're just like, I'm cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
My favorite are men who are so comfortable in their fucking sexuality that they have no problem engaging in things that have been labeled gay, like breathing, for example.
Yeah. I really I feel like I see so many Twitter threads and random stuff of all the men's products. It's like men's soap, men's this, men's that.
Men's deodorant, men's razors.
Like,
we all have hair.
Yo, and it's like they all have to be really, really just rough, tough, dark.
Color coordinated with black.
Yeah. And I'm like, but
silver.
Like, you feel like it's gay to like wash your face?
It's very gay to wash your face.
So you're not gonna do it? So you're just gonna be crusty?
Self-care is gay as hell.
Like,
gay as fuck. Exfoliation?
Gay.
I would rather have dead skin cells. Hygiene, really, like hygiene. Yeah.
Hygiene's gay. Hygiene's gay. Being nice is gay. Loving your parents is gay. That's one.
Loving your parents is gay. Listening to a woman is gay. Agreeing with a woman is super gay.
Cats are gay.
Liking butterflies. I was thinking liking butterflies.
Butterflies are for sure.
Reading books, gay as fuck.
Cooking, gay. Eating.
Cooking is gay as fuck. Cleaning?
Gay.
Listen, bitch. You cannot get windows involved here. Like,
gay I need to see streaks and fingerprints everywhere or else I know you're gay.
Walking in front of another man?
Gay. You know what is though? You know what is like a little bit gay to me? And I'm like, of all the things that guys are like, oh my god, they don't talk about the fact that they all just like pee next to each other and whip their little pee-pees out and are like looking and shit. I'm like, that's the one thing that's a little gay to me.
If you're comparing your dick size to the man in the urinal next to you, you might be a little gay.
Might be a little bit. That one?
You might be a little gay. You might be a little gay. We should write a new song.
You might be gay.
Might be a little gay.
Okay,
that was a great assessment of things.
You know, we're just
that should get the public a nice list going of things that they
nice checklist. Nice, simple and clean. But checklists are gay, so okay, this is a fun one. If you could dream up your ideal creation zone, what would it look like? No limitations on electricity, physics. It could be the moon, in the ocean, like wherever. If you were working.
Wait, my ideal what?
Creation zone.
Creation zone?
Yeah. Art, music, whatever you want to like make, wherever, like where are you most inspired and what would that look like?
Okay, in my ideal world, just gave me a lot of ideas that I'm going to combine into one, right? So on, I would be in space, but there would be no planets around me. It's just an oasis,
Okay.
okay? And the sky is consistently sunset colored, but like good sunset, like one of those like amazing sunsets that you see and you're like, God damn, God painted them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, so one of those kinds with all the colors, not just, a cotton candy or just, like a red, orange, yellow, all the colors. There's purples, there's blues, all the
Rainbow
colors.
sunset.
Kind of, kind of. Like more like a Lisa Frank
Ooh, okay.
world color palette wise.
Got it. Love that. Vivid. Mm-hmm.
Lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
So waterfalls, oceans, lake, and then just like I would be sitting there in a very plush space, maybe some clouds, like how I idealize clouds, because I know clouds are more vapor, but but the way that I idealize them are like the clouds in Hercules that he
Yeah.
sleeps in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like
It
that.
can be that. It can be that.
So those kinds of clouds, and I would be sitting in those clouds, and it'd just be me with the whole setup and my
No.
headphones, and I'd just be making music and all of the instruments that I could that make sound. Like everything that makes sound would also be there.
Love that. Love a good like space, like nature and space in a Lisa Frank world of sunsets. That's beautiful.
Combination.
That's beautiful. I love that. Somebody else was telling me something too. We were talking about just working on music and stuff and all of the self-doubt some people will have. They'll be working on an idea and then they're like, nah, but this isn't that good, or like whatever, just talking themselves down. And
Artist
it
shit.
huh?
Artist shit.
Yeah. And it reminded me of did you watch the movie Split?
I think so.
It's some like M. Night Shyamalan, and he's got like 25 multiple personality, whatever.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
seen it. It's a fucking incredible film.
But it was funny because he was saying like it's kind of our minds are like that where maybe we don't have multiple personalities, but we have like our insecure personality that comes in and it's standing in the light, speaking through us, being like, nah, this is shit, or this isn't good enough, or blah, 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 blah. And you have to just be like,
Call it the lower self.
yeah, like we need to just remove that one. Like, I feel like just visualizing that stuff is so helpful when people just need to kind of, you know, shut those thoughts off, just seeing that as a separate person and being like, okay, no, thank you.
Exactly, like compartmentalizing that voice.
Yeah.
I think that's helped me a lot. Like once I realized like that voice, and every time that those voices came up, like those negative ones or the ones that would reiterate fears or reiterate like garbage that people say about me or whatever, you know what I mean? Like anytime that those came up, like once I realized that that was like my lower self trying to keep me in a loop and keep me in an unworthy zone, you know what I mean? Like as proof that I don't deserve anything better, or proof that I deserve to just stay where I am and not excel or succeed in life,
Mm.
that like anytime once I figured out that was separate from me, bitch, it was a wrap. I was like, okay, no. You're gonna be put in a box over here. And actually I also realized, because the next phase that I went through was fuck you to that voice, right? It was like, fuck you, like you don't mean shit, like you're trash, like this isn't true, like whatever, right? And berating that voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've now come to a new space where I realize I have to accept that voice. I have to listen to that voice and validate that voice and love that voice until that voice
Be compassionate to that voice.
have compassionate conversations with that voice. Be like, I understand why you feel the way you do. I totally feel you. This is an understandable feeling. However, here's how we get to where we want to go. You know what I mean? Like, and I've learned that just overall too, like in life lesson wise, like with other people's interacting with other people as well. It's like you don't get anywhere making people feel small and horrible about themselves and unworthy of love. Like we're never gonna get anywhere so long as we keep doing that to each other to try to get somewhere. like overall, like whether it's trying to put someone in their place or trying to remind someone of their place or trying to figure out, where we're all placed. Like we all really just need to have some more compassion for each other and like where we're all at and our individual realities and perspectives and experiences and cultures. And like I said, we're all coexisting whether we want to or not. Like we're all here on the planet at the same time.
Yeah.
About our business every day the way that we do individually. So I don't even know where the fuck I was going with this.
I don't know, but that was beautiful
But
because
here
it
I
just
am.
like came full fucking circle. So
Like,
I feel like that's the perfect way to
oh,
wrap it up is you did that.
a little like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect. I love that. I think that's a good note to end it on.
Definitely.
You just like, you know, love that. I think I'm just gonna use like I'll do some screenshots so we can have that as our like cover photo.
Header.
Okay. Thank you.
Ready?
We'll do this. We'll do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cute.
Cute. Cute.
Yay! Thank you so much. I'm like giving you a digital
Virtual hug.